What's up, confessors? Happy Wednesday, happy hump night, if you will. Okay, I know I was supposed to do this earlier, but y'all, it was a struggle for your girl this morning. Y'all don't even wanna know. But we're gonna get into the highlights of the item real quick. Not gonna keep y'all long because y'all know that's my new thing. Because I know that y'all got things to do and other shows to watch and other bloggers to watch, and I respect that. So, oh my goodness, but so many things happened that was just like, oh my goodness. I do not understand and know who thought of this, like who it popped up in their mind, but somebody is really sick and satanic here. And I feel like the weekend you really showing yourself, dude, and you don't care. Cause the weekend is wilding in this show. And he did not hold back this episode either. Okay. There is so many wow moments that are because of him. Okay, so it starts off well. This whole entire episode is really goes around Joss wanting to redo her single that she's got coming out, and she has a video that she's doing for it. So she presents the song that she don't remade over. She took her song that she didn't like because you knew how sensitive she was about it the first episode, right? So she took that song and revamped it and made it her own. And what she did was she put all of these sexy breathing noises and all of that in through the song. That's all that she did. And the team did not like it. They're like, nope, scrap it. That's trash. And she was really hurt by that. She was mad. She was like, well, I released it on my own. I don't need y'all to do it. I can do it on my own. Like, I got the money. I'm Jocelyn. I know what I can do. I'll do this on my own. I don't need y'all. And so she storms off and she's in a funk and all this stuff. So then she's at the studio and she calls Ted Ross. He's never that far away. And he no, but before she called him is what happened. I mean, I would have took pictures and showed this, but I don't even think I can show this on YouTube. So she's in the chair, she's just like I am, laptop, all this stuff, doing her music thing, got the music soundboard, whatever it's called. And she's got a glass of whatever with some ice in it on something on the rocks. And homegirl, Jocelyn, she sits the cup between her legs, and you just see her face making these faces and these noises, and she's so pleasuring herself. Don't know what now. We don't see what she's doing, but we know she's enjoying it, right? Keep that in mind. Okay, so then she calls Ted Ross. And she's asking him, does he want to come over and all of this stuff? And he's like, I don't want to interrupt. I don't want to intrude. He was about to go to sleep. He was on his way to sleep or some shit like that. But while he is doing that, let me get this right. Yes, while he is doing that, talking to her, talking about he about to go to sleep, he's alone, all this stuff, the camera turns to the room that he's in, and it's filled with people. Not like a jam-packed room, but it's people in this room. It looks like maybe about 8 other people spread out within this room, maybe a couple more, give or take, whatever. And one of those people is Isaac. The black blonde who was trying to seduce friend, Layla, or Lila. I don't know which one it is. I'll get it right by 3rd episode, but tonight we're gonna call her Leela, okay? So the dude that was like seducing Leela on the dance floor at the club, he's on the phone with Leela right in front of Ted Ross as he's talking to Jasmine, and he's telling her he about to go to bed with other people around and everything. So I'm like, what is going on here? What is this show? What is going on? So keep it going. So then it cuts to, it's time for the video, her music video to get done, okay? And she looks a hot mess. She is not all there. She is not together. She keeps having to do take after take after take, and it's just bad throughout the whole process. And so in the beginning of this, Nikki learns that she had been 3 hours late because she was getting airbrushed the whole entire time for the cuts between her thighs. You following? Remember, I told you to think, remember the glass between her legs at the studio. Okay. So there's that. Okay. And it's getting worse and worse. There's a moment she took about 7 takes. One time she can't get the steps right. Another time she all off beat in some other direction. More other times she's not even singing to the lyrics to the song when you're supposed to be lip syncing to it. It's just like she's completely off. It looks like she is not present at all. It's just bad, and everyone sees it. And so, meanwhile, also, it's just not good for Jocelyn today. So, meanwhile, Destiny D, the black girl, she finds out about Tedros. Tedros is, I want to call him Tedros, but it's Tedros. But anyway, Tedros, she finds out about him, and she's like, he's Hawaiian. I don't know why that's a big situation, but it was part of the thing. He's Hawaiian. And what else was it about him? Oh, and he owed money. Something about a night at the club and money. So it's not looking good for old rat tail Tedros. Okay. And so Destiny is telling this to Hein, Jai's manager. So now he knows about him. So everybody is aware that Tedros is a bad dude. He's not good for her. So that's to be known. Remember that. He's not, everyone knows. So, so while all of these takes are going on and Jocelyn is messing up, Diane sticks out to Nikki. Diane was the girl that was helping her with her steps. The first episode that Jocelyn was like, you're really good. So she's all looking at her and she's asking questions about Diane, asking does she sing and all of this stuff. And they didn't know, of course. So it goes on. And also while what's going on, so much was going on during this. It doesn't even seem like it, but when you talk about it, like, damn, a lot was going on in this one scene here. So also, Vanity Fair is in the building while all of this is happening. Vanity Fair, the same woman that she interviewed with first episode that they seem really cool, okay? But it ain't looking like that. I don't know. After this, I don't know. So she's there and she sees all of this happening. And she's talking to Xander, her friend, as her entourage, their guy friend. And by the way he's talking, he's like, I don't have a say so and stuff. I'm just here for her. And you can tell he loves her. So that's that. He's in love with her. So that's all we really know right now. That's all I really got out of that. And so finally, D gives her a pep talk. And she's like, look, get it together. You can do this. And you got to do this. You, Jocelyn, you that girl. You got this. You that bitch. And so whatever that was, like, Jocelyn was pumped up. Like, she was like, all right, let's do this. I'm about to kill this. Y'all can't tell me nothing. DJ, cue the music. Let's do this. Y'all ready? Because I'm ready and I'm about to kill this. And she did. Jocelyn didn't mess a step, a beat, a note, a lips, a word, nothing. She did it all to a T. And everybody's like, go, Jocelyn, like, do your thing. Like, you go, girl. And she was high. Like, she was like, I did it. Like, yay. The whole time, the goddamn, the camera wasn't in focus. And they knew that about halfway through. And they're like, oh, it's out of focus. She doing so good, but the camera's out of focus. And the girl who is like a total B. Hold on, I do got some pictures. The girls who's doing the directors, like she is pissed and everything at Jocelyn for what she was doing at first. And she was even impressed with this last tape, but it didn't get filmed because the camera was out of focus. And once that happened, like it was a done deal for her. She was crushed. Hold on, what's this picture? Yeah, that's Xander talking to. I'm here because I love her. See, he loves her, and that's what we know about him. But yeah, she was just a bitch. But when Jocelyn did that tape, she was like, okay, that's what's up. But when Jocelyn found out that camera was out of focus, like her, everything left her body. Everything she had left, anything she didn't have came and left again with what she did have left out of her body. And she was just defeated. And you just saw her defeated, just sitting there on the stage. And then, to add it all to make it worse, she then takes off her shoes. And her feet, y'all. Her feet are completely blistered and bloody like a ballerina. You know, it was bad. It was just so bad. But she had ballerina feet for real. And it was just hurting her to take off the shoes and all that pressure. She was crying and I felt for her. It was miserable. And then not only, there you go. Look at that. It's just bad, 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 bad. And I don't want to get striked for showing between her legs, but you see let me see. You see 2 dots on each thigh about this big, and you can just see scrapes from the glass I don't know how she did that. It's still a mystery to me. But it's bad, y'all. It's bad. And so at that point, Des gave her another pep talk. Des gave her another pep talk. Like, you can do this. You have to. Because if you don't, everyone in this room is going to make sure you fail. But if you do, everybody idol. The idol. Get it? So there you have that. You could be everybody's idol. And that's what she's trying to be, I guess. But so she's like, and once again, it worked. Like, I don't know what D got, but D got something that Jazz be needing. So she was like, okay, I can do this. I can do this one more time. I got it one more time in me. Focus this camera, but I got one more time in me. So she's standing up, getting herself together, about to do her take. And all of a sudden, she just started calling for her mom, her mom. And everyone's like, is this happening? Like, are you kidding me? Mind you, Vanity Fair is in the building, y'all. Vanity Fair is in the building. And so Haim, the manager, he comes up and greets her on stage and joins her. He's like, are you calling for your mom? What are you doing? And she's like, no, I'm not calling for my mom. My mom's dead. And so it was just like, oh, okay, this is what we're doing. And so at that point, it was like a done deal. And Nikki was like, no, sugar, like, you need to go home. And, Nikki's the ball buster and said whatever she wanted to say. It has no filter. But she was just like, look, girl, go home. Go get you some sleep. And Jocelyn's just worried. She's like, no, I don't want to. We need to do this. And then she's like, no, you need to go home. So then Jocelyn's like, okay, well, can we come back tomorrow? Promise me we can come back tomorrow. I'll pay for all of this. And then all of this costs like $160,000 a day or something. And so she's like, I'll pay for all of this. I don't care. Just promise me we can go tomorrow. Please, please, please. And Nikki's like, okay, and you could tell it was just to get her to leave and go home. And so it was really heart-wrenching because then you see Xander and Layla carrying her out, and it just looks so bad. It just looks so bad for her. And then Haim was like, can you please get the spotlight off of her? Like, why do they got the spotlight on her like that? Like, it's dark and they legit got the spotlight on her. So she goes, so they take her home or whatnot, and it's just like, okay. So then there you go. When he said, I don't even want to intrude. He's an asshole. Just look at him. He just know he's never trust a man with a rat tail. That's what D says on the sneak peek in the next episode I saw. So yeah. So oh yeah. So then he calls Johnson back. And see, this was going on. What is happening in this room, I do not know. But that you see Isaac, the big black blonde who seduced Layla, is breathing heavily, as you see in the captions. And he just gyrating really hard in front of these women. I don't know who these girls are, where they came from. They seem to like it, I guess. But Tedros wants him to go down lower, get low, get low, get low. And I guess Isaac ain't doing what he's supposed to do. So Tedros got this remote and she's pressing a button and it's shocking Isaac. And you can hear the buzzing sound. And I'm like, what is he doing to Isaac? What is this? I'm like, is there a camera running? Is this some type of sick fetish or some type of stuff on tape? Still don't know about that. But yeah, so this is happening. And it don't stop there because later on, we find out what's really going on. We find out what Tedros is really up to. We find out that he really ain't shit. And Jocelyn's the only one who doesn't know. So, does she call him again or does he call her this time? So I think she probably called him because, of course, she is completely upset. And he's telling her everything she wants to hear, you know. And she says, so, let me get to it. Yeah, Josh called him and asked him to come over again. And that's when he was like, I don't want to intrude. And the fudged up thing is he's lying to her again. Every single time she has called him, asked him to come over, he has lied to her. Every single time. And this time, he's not with Isaac. Or if he is, no, he's not with Isaac at all this time. Guess who he with? He's with Diane. Diane! Yes, the same Diane that was helping Josh learn how to dance. The same Diane that Nikki said wants to hear her sing. Because right before she left, Nikki told her, go lay a track. And when she went lay the track, after Jocelyn had got rushed out, the Vanity Fair woman comes to sit next to Nikki, and Nikki's like, your story's about to get basically a lot more interesting, a lot more better. So she goes and sends for Diane after Josh couldn't finish. Y'all, she is about to have Diane step in, or she about to give Diane this song. She about to do something, and it's about to be some ish. It's about to be bad. It's about to be so bad when she finds out. Like, if you think the girl had a mental breakdown before, and you see she's on the verge now, you see she's calling for her mama on stage, and then denying it right there, like no one heard you, and everyone's right there in front of you, girl. Don't you know we can see you? So, anyways, I don't understand. I think that I'm not sure. I wasn't sure who this girl was before, but this is Chloe. Okay? This is Chloe. This is Chloe. I'm just now realizing that. That's Chloe, right? It's gotta be Chloe. So Chloe's hearing everything that Tedros and Diane are saying. Because after he got off the phone with Jocelyn, she was like, what did she say? She had the nerve to ask Tedros, is she a better than me? Like, what? Like that, and that just solidified, like, oh, y'all doing the dirty? So he was like, no one's a better F than you, baby. I was like, ugh, y'all so nasty. Both y'all. And so she's all jealous because she's mad that he did a song with her. And he's like, she asked me to. And she's just like, oh, yeah, well, guess what? Nikki wants to sign me. So Nikki wants to sign her now. I don't know what happened when Nikki called her to the studio or wherever the set was. But now all of a sudden, Nikki wants to sign her. And so he's like, well, good. Now I can get back my investment on you. So I don't know where he's recruited her from, but apparently he met Isaac at a church because they end up coming through. Chloe, Isaac, and Tedros end up coming through to see Jocelyn. And as soon as Chloe gets there, she gets butt naked and goes skinny dipping. And Isaac, he goes to find Layla and just about damn near seduces her. He's like, I followed you home, looking deep into her eyes with this deep voice. I'm like, he just about got me with it too. Anywho, and so while that's going on, Chloe's in the booth, whatever. It's just like, okay. So when Isaac came and she's like, how did you find me? And he was like, I followed you home. He was like, no, I'm here with Tedros. He's here. And she's like, oh, you know Tedros? And she already looking at him funny. So how he was acting at the house when he came over and kissed her on the lips. And it's like, it was the kiss of death. And I don't even know. So her antenna, her spidey senses go up right away. Like, what's this? Like, what's all of this? So later on, they all end up coming together. And they're all having a good time now. They're not, Layla's not thinking about how the connection is, but she's chilling, they're drinking, they're having a good time. Chloe's still naked and she's playing the piano profusely, like crazy, really fast and hard, and she's good, like she's just good. And they're drinking, and Tedros got Layla doing the booger sugar. She ain't never did it before, but he was like, do you trust me? Do you trust me? Say you trust me, and all of this stuff. And so she was like, okay. And so it's just like everybody's just really having a good time, going with the flow, like they just partying. So the very last part of this episode, Tedros and Joss, they are in a room chilling, all that, whatever, and it's getting pretty intense. And what happens and then Chloe, she's wandering around. There's Chloe. There's something to Chloe. There's definitely something to Chloe. And so Chloe's wandering around the house and she stumbles upon the room that they're in, Tedros and Joss. And so Joss tells him to go get the robe and from the closet and put it over her face, tied around her neck, and get her till she black out. She just said that. And he's like, hold on, wait up. Okay, hold on. I'll be right back. So he goes and retrieves it. He comes back and he puts a blindfold around her. He blindfolds her with the rope belt, whatever. And he ends up, guiding her to the bed. And she's moving around on the bed all seductively and moving. And he's watching kind of from afar in amazement, like a movie. And he's telling her what to do. And he's watching her do it. And he's just getting really turned on. And she's doing all of this stuff to herself. And Chloe's watching, doing stuff to herself. And everyone's just doing stuff to themselves. And so then Tedros gets up and he asks her for a little special attention. And she does give him special attention. And they don't show it. They showing Chloe watching it while she's having fun with herself. And You hear him moaning and she's gags and all of that. Yeah, you hear that. And yeah. So that's how that whole scene ended. And the morning after, I guess it was so good and she knew it would be. He's telling her all of these plans. Now, I don't know what happened after and what plans solidified, but now you hear them talking and he's saying that he about to move in because it'll be better. He about to move into this house, y'all. And they need to give the label 3 songs. Now, I don't know if they talking about his label, her label, what label, but a label gets 3 songs. And she's like, I'd like that. So she's all about it. She's cool. She down, signed, sealed, delivered. She's his at this point. Like it's a done deal. It's in the bag. He already got it. He already got it. So yeah. So while that's going on, Chloe's back. Chloe, hi Chloe. You just everywhere. She's back at the piano. And this time she's singing too. And she sounds good. It's a good song. Love the tempo, love the melody, all of that good stuff. It was a good song. And so Jazz liked her voice. So she goes down and watches her play and listens to her and all that. And then Isaac and Layla end up coming through, and Tetris ends up coming through, and it looks like a whole family moment. They're all gathered together. Jazz is standing behind Layla as she plays. Isaac's over to the side. Layla's behind him sitting down just watching. And Tetris is hugging Jazz from the back, and they all start singing the song. And I can't remember the words, but it was very weird, eerie to Layla, to where she's looking like, I don't trust this. I don't trust this at all. And you can see Jazz all happy, like she's just in her element, like she's with her family and she feels good. And Layla is seeing all of this, like, ooh, this is not what's up. And I'm not feeling this. I'm not feeling him. What is up with this dude? Now I can't wait to figure out if we see like more, if the conversation between her and Isaac that was had, to where she was questioning him, into what he all revealed. Who knows? But the way she was looking at Tetris, Layla was looking at him, but the way he looked back at her, like, you have no power. I have all the power. I have her. She's mine, and I will have her doing whatever I want. And pretty soon, you will not be a part of her life. Ha 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 ha. Like, he is scary. Oh my goodness. And so the next episode on the sneak peek, it shows him in the house living it up. And he's just overseeing his welcome. Destiny and Haim, they got their gats. They about to show up at the house. I don't know what's about to happen, but it's getting better and better. So next week, episode 3, make sure y'all come back, tune in for that, okay? But I'm gonna let y'all go and do what y'all do best. Thanks for watching. I'm out this nasty thing.